Today is Palm Sunday. This is April the 13th. It's 2014, and Mom is going to make some kibbee, and she's going to show us how to do the spice mix.
I have got the onions in here, and I am beginning to pulverize them. And they are pulverized.
You add 1 onion to 1 or 2 tablespoons of water until they're real pulverized.
Yes. And have I got a spoon? And then you add your spices to this. This is known as the Hawaiish, or spice mix in English. And what is this?
The cinnamon. We use cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice with a little shake of red pepper flakes. Mom does it basically by eyeball. She doesn't do a whole lot of measuring by teaspoon, so she'll look at it and kind of
eyeball it. And
it's about a good
pepper,
teaspoon or so, and fresh ground pepper with some salt.
oh,
She's using 2 pounds of ground lamb. Finely ground the kibbee meat of ground 4 times. She used about a good heaping teaspoon of pepper. And then that is ground cumin, and she's eyeballing it, of course, so I would say a good teaspoon of that too.
yes, at least a teaspoon. Oh,
Red pepper flakes.
well,
Now you would do that according to taste. So she's just
I don't
doing.
want to dump.
No, we'll do about a 1/4 of a teaspoon or so.
And if I turned the bottle up, I might get too much in. So I'll put it in my hand to measure it.
Allspice.
You use half the amount. No, you use the same amount of spice, of the allspice and the cinnamon, and half the amount nutmeg. So if you use like a teaspoon, an example, if you use a teaspoon of cinnamon, you use a teaspoon of allspice and a half a teaspoon of the nutmeg,
Okay.
as an example. Oh. Because it is powerful. And the salt.
Easy. Whoa.
I would say a teaspoon, and take it from there if you need more. could use a little more cinnamon. You can taste the heat. Meat, you mean to make the kibbeh? Well, first of all, you have ground your beef, your wheat. You've washed them a couple of times to get the dust out of them, and then you drain them as close as you can. Then you let them stand 20 minutes to soften up. Then you feel them to see if they have softened enough. If they have, then you add your spice mix and you rub it like this together. You mix it up, then you rub it like this to break down the grain to make it smooth. Then you add your meat, and then you mix everything together until it becomes one. And
we'll show you how to do that.
What they call the hashwa that goes on top of the raw kibbeh. And it has onions and snowball, known as, well, we have to get the snowball out.
Pine nuts.
And you fry it with a little butter and until it's all done and mixed. When it's all cooked, you add a little bit of cinnamon, salt and pepper, and lemon juice. And enjoy. Well, we are making the covering for the kibbeh, and we have browned the snowball, and now we're going to add the meat is cooked. We're going to add salt, pepper, salt, pepper, cinnamon,
onions,
and lemon juice. And let's see, salt. Where's the pepper? Where's the pepper? Cinnamon. And then, last but not least, you add your lemon juice. Come on. You don't add a lot of cinnamon, but you want the hint of the flavor, but not the heavy taste. We're going to squeeze these. You got a squeezer? The lemon juice and spices, and everything should be complete except to taste it to make sure that it is
Oil.
And that's what I'm going to do. Perfect. You don't want to add a lot of salt because everything else has salt. And that way it would all fight each other. And I am about to wash the grain. Number one cut of wheat grain. You wash it and you let it stand for about 20 minutes. It helps, what it does is softens the grain, and whatever dust is in there is washed out, as you can see.
Yep.
Now you pour that off and rinse it again. And you wash it in lukewarm water.
This is the grain that goes into the kibbee meat, the raw lamb. That ground lamb is ground 4 times and then chilled before we actually make the kibbee.
You try to drain as close as you can to being dry, because there will still be enough water in the grain to soften it. Now you leave it. I'm going to put together the kibbeh. I've got the wheat is washed and drained, and I'm going to mix.
And it's soft.
I'm going to mix the spicing in it first. This is called the hawayish, in case anybody is interested. And what you do is you rub it. After you mix it, the spicing, you rub it between your hands so that you can smooth out the grain and your kibbeh will be nice and smooth.
Water is added when you're mixing the spice mix with the grain. She adds water, a couple handfuls into the grain as she mixes and softens
So
it up.
that the grain would not be dry. It will be flexible.
The lamb is now added
Got a lump of ice here.
to the grain. There's about 2 pounds there. As she mixes the grain into the raw lamb,
And I got a lump of ice here.
as you can see, it is not accurate measurements with Mom's small hands. She just adds water by the handful. This softens the lamb, makes it silky smooth.
And able and pliable, so it'll mix.
And then we taste it. She tastes it and adjusts to the family's liking, continuing to mix the grain in so it's well incorporated, and adding a little water at a time just so it's nice and moist.
Enjoy.